she's gonna beat me.
Yuri, we never get to see your face large on the
That's
report.
okay. I'm okay with the small
You're
Yuri.
always in that little corner
It's okay.
in the bottom right because
I
you're
know.
recording.
We need to see Yuri. I agree, Judy.
That's right. So maybe sometimes Narain puts the thing up instead of Yuri, then we can get to see her.
Oh,
We need to see Yuri.
That's okay.
Yes.
Put me in the corner. I don't care.
Hello, everybody.
Me too. Hi, Erica. Hello, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Nuno.
Hey, everybody.
I do know.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, dear
Hi,
one.
everybody.
Hi.
Nice to see you all.
Erica, I like the blue you have on.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice blue.
One of my favorite colors, teal. It's kind of a teal color.
Yes.
Yeah,
Teal.
nice color.
I never heard of teal.
Teal.
Turquoise?
Teal.
Have you heard of turquoise?
Turquoisey.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, my daughter used to say turquoise. Couldn't say it.
Wow.
Who's
So,
whispering?
who's got questions?
Wow.
Hi, Peter.
Hello.
Peter.
How are you, Peter?
When,
Thank you. So,
You're enjoying your time in Alabama?
yes, I am.
That's great.
how's the weather?
Well, yesterday I played around, and it was very cloudy, and so I balanced the morphogenetic field, and the sun came out.
Yay.
Yay.
Nice.
Great.
That's
Yay. It's getting fast
You got
and easier.
So I stopped balancing the field, and it got cloudy.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Then I could see where the clouds were coming from, which are the family members.
Oh.
Really very instructive.
Interesting.
So the field was cloudy, which meant that some people were cloudy, and a bird came and bridged between dreams and helped me balance the field more quickly. And the sun came out, and people had to leave the porch because the sun was so strong. So
That's wonderful.
they get bored. People don't know how you do it. It happens in a minute or two.
Yes.
The part, and then it takes longer for everything to fall into place.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Galicia.
Rain.
Doing,
Nice to see
Nice
you.
to see you.
Nice
Well,
to see you.
but
I can understand why it would be very intriguing for some people to watch you do that, Peter.
what? Because all you do is sit there and smile.
Uh-huh.
But we all know that's not all you do, but okay.
But you had to go from clouds and stuff like that to
I love it.
the sun.
Oh yeah, I love
It's
it.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What
And
exactly do you do, Peter? When you're doing that, what are you doing?
I'm taking all the digit gaps out.
That's what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah,
So you're going full quantum.
right. Because there's no place to hide. The
There's
digit
no?
are
No
full-
place to hide.
Okay, yes.
They're not addressed by your consciousness. I mean, you talk digital gaps, that's is your consciousness. So you tell people not to use that. But then, unless they're doing what we're doing, going back, returning quantum, and past the quantum threshold, there's no way you can do it. Now, then you go individually by checking with your Magnificent if you've gone through the process or you're still using spiritual ego. And those that are still using spiritual ego can't do it. And if you're being tricked by your own tricks, by the tricks, and or by your ego, then you still have a spiritual ego. You didn't have it until you crossed the threshold. So the question is, do you have it now? And you can check once you have crossed the threshold. So
Individually.
Right, it pops up, and then it's an individual for you to be past and no longer being tricked by the trickster, which is your spiritual ego.
Okay.
And roughly half of you are still being tricked. And the ones of you who are being tricked are absolutely positive you're not being tricked.
Sorry?
Oh, that's scary.
It's not me then. I'm not me.
I didn't quite get that last part.
The last,
Sorry?
if you're convinced you're not being tricked, you still are.
Ah, okay. Oh, yes, I guess I would know for sure. And since I don't think I know I am being tricked still. So
But you do, because it's a two-letter word. You get it directly from your Magnificence. But if it's not that simple, you're not there yet.
yes.
And the two-letter word is, the question is, am I being tricked? And the answer is 3 or 2 letters. And if there's anything else more than that, you're still being tricked.
2 or 3 letters? Yes or no?
Exactly.
If it's no,
Yes.
but if it's no, you're still being tricked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the answer is,
That's
for me,
tricky.
oh, and you define
That's tricky.
that's tricky. That's exactly right.
Oh, goodness.
So it's really cool. But
Yes.
amazing how it works. And it's so fast.
Yes.
I mean, when you go from clouds and stuff to sunshine, and you're constantly working on the morphogenetic field, there's no other way it can happen. If you balance the field, the sun comes out.
That's interesting.
Isn't that it?
Yes, very much. I hadn't thought about it like that with the morphogenetic field. So it is the same to say morphogenetic fields and think about the flux level of creation, more or less?
Well, in a sense, the flux of creation is the edge of creation.
Yes.
So beyond the flux, you just have quantum.
Okay.
Within the field, you have 1,000 star systems or galaxies, and they're all interconnected, every single one.
Oh, wonderful.
And the total number of sentient beings through the 1,000 interconnected star systems is zillions.
Yeah.
Zillions.
Yes.
You calculate zillion by taking trillion and multiplying them times trillions. They become numberless because no matter how big the number is, zillions, it's bigger than that.
So it's a bunch.
It doesn't have a limit.
Jealous. There are zillions in the universe, controlled by 1,000 truths. We'll probably never have to go to more than 1,000. Now you have 600 of the 1,000. And the last 100 was basically, I took Scott.
Hey, Scott.
And
There you
Hey,
go.
Yes,
Scott.
God.
Oh, good
I
to
don't-
see you.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yay.
Scott, but you're one of the
Hi,
10.
Scott.
Everybody else is one of the called the Mayan 10.
Mayan 10.
And Jelly's one, Judy's one. So, and we started the process 2,200 years ago, showing that there was no death. That's when we started showing that there's no death. Remember, none of us we can't die if we want to. That's what it boils down. Nobody wants to, unless there's a lot of pain or such an imbalance that we do suicide. But that's simply starting again because we can't handle it. Well, we can handle it. We just gave up.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you can't die. Period. You can go to real energy and think you're dead, but you're not. Just using real energy. Or you can learn a lot and use holographic energy, but then you get disease and pay a lot of money for pain pills and all that stuff. A lot of pharmaceuticals, and you die. If you don't use toxins and a lot of medicines, your body will last 109.5 years, which is 40,000 days. So, but if you use real energy and then you'll live forever. Yeah, you do have to go back and forth each day, half a second. Yes. That's it. F6. And personally, I use that F2 when I say awake.
Hey, Peter, I saw your friends on Thursday. I was at the beach and a whole pod of dolphins swam by.
Really?
Yeah,
That
that was fun.
huh.
I was very happy. Nobody else saw it. I was like, look,
One
dolphins!
second. Diana, can you please add Bernadette? My controls are gone right now.
You want me to add her?
Are you losing parts, Noreen?
Well, what happens is when I start ringing people again, the controls go away. So
Yeah, my other phone has been ringing, so it's
yeah.
Noreen, when I'm looking at I don't have any button that can add her.
You have to use email, I think.
Email?
No, you have to. You know the first left button on your screen when you have the X in the middle.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Forget that one. She's gonna miss this
But
one.
Yuri, are you on your computer?
Yes. Let me try and find Bernadette, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Bernadette.
It looks like Harry's been trying to join too.
Bernadette is not on the list.
Okay. I'm trying to ring right now.
Yeah.
Oh, not.
Hi, Nuna.
Hey.
Hi, Bernadette.
Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette.
Gosh,
See you.
nice to see you.
Nice to see
All
you
right.
too.
All right, pull that phone down.
Well done, Yuri.
Fine.
Very good.
I'm still laughing about the banjo on my knee.
Yeah. That was so funny.
Just sprung to mind.
Sorry about that interruption. Please go. How about
Please.
he on?
Is Harry on?
Hi, Peter.
Hello, Bernadette.
I don't.
You know, Sunny's name has come up about 5 or 6 times that she joined, so I think she might be getting kicked off. Is Sunny on? Yeah, I think
I
she
don't
keeps
see
getting kicked off. Okay.
I see her initials, but I haven't seen her face.
Yeah, I keep seeing that it says she's joined. She's joined. She hasn't texted me yet, but I think she might be having an issue as well.
Oh.
Is Bonnie on?
I
No.
saw Bonnie's. I saw a banner for Bonnie, but I haven't seen her.
Yeah. But it's good to have Scotty on there. Yeah.
Yes. And is Scotty still on? On my phone, I can't see. Scott, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Can't see. There you are.
There he is.
Yay.
Scotty.
We've missed you,
Yes.
Scotty.
Hi, Diana.
Hi.
It's wonderful to hear your voice, Scott.
I was wondering
Hi,
if you
Jan.
could talk about something, Peter.
Sure.
You said that Bonnie is very old soul, and the Q7 are the first. They are the first that came into reality. Is that how it goes?
There was a lot of stuff that was done before we could experience. And we had quantum singularity myself, so there's 2. And then we added Bonnie and Diane and Noreen and Jack. Jack is on Lake Martin. He worked for Southern Company, went to MIT, and I went to his house yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
Hey.
So And then he took me out through, which is very interesting, an old town named Equality.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Was it balance, Peter?
I mean, it's just amazing. And so we went through Equality, and we're all equal. And there's this old town in Alabama that has existed for more than 100 years. It's like whiskey. And then we went out to a 1,600 acre preserve, and it's for hunting deer, fishing, turkeys, hunting doves. They have 15 different hunting fields, and reducing that number of fields to somewhere between 6 and 8. And met somebody named Hughes Allen, the caretaker, and had a wonderful.
Nice.
Good.
So there's the 7. And
Does that make us younger? Like
no,
we came later?
you make yourself younger. Like
I mean, like from Bonnie, old soul to younger soul that came later.
there's no age.
I know, so I don't understand it too well. Why would she be?
Maybe because it's not linear. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
timing.
Oh, okay.
It's timing.
Right. There's no depth. That's
And there's no beginning.
There's no beginning or end. Yeah.
correct.
Asymptote, what we call it.
All right.
Right. So, and the fact is, the experiences are so strong that you can share them with 1 million people. And there's a primary, but that's like a point person. So you can share more when you're the point person, but if you pay attention from your point of view, you're equal, unique. It's the same. See, that, to me, that's the beauty of everything. If you work and apply yourself, you get everything you want. If you don't, then you don't. But look at some of the facts. There were 10 of us that ascended 2,200 years ago. They're all on this call, or with.
No more than 10. It was just 10.
It was 10.
Yes.
And Diane said, gave the trigger. And so I took the trips. And I had skills to do it, so it's no big deal. And you're all 10 of us. Now, when I was in the process of taking a trip, I counted. But it was blocked at 9. And then quantum singularity said to me, he said, well, I was there.
There's your number 10.
Yeah. So that was the 10 of us.
Use the voice.
And, right, he's the voice. And that's how he and I divided. He's the voice and I'm the form. And
you in form.
I do form you love, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
Form you love. That's ultimate where that word comes from.
Yeah.
You love, and then by your inner process, all 10 who ascended 2,200 years ago as Mayans, as dark people, we're all here. all 7 who basically put in place the quantum structure were all here.
That's a miracle.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Wow.
like the 9 ones and then the 0
Exactly.
is the 10. The 0 is the
Exactly.
singularity.
Right. That's exactly right.
Wow.
So, and each one, Scotty was the last one, was to be informed by me when I saw them. Now, it's already there on the webpage, 23 magic, or 23 profound steps.
Profound steps.
There, so Scotty had happened to look at it. But I knew Scotty has got a lot on his plate, probably wouldn't see it. But I said to myself, well, if he sees it, he sees it.
I like surprises.
Good surprise.
Is it your birthday, Scotty? Sometime?
The 7th.
Last
It
night.
was past.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So then I find out little things like Judy was playing us. And
Little things.
I don't know what Julie's name is yet, but I know she was with me 50,000 years ago when we closed down Lemuria because it was imbalance. It had love and not enough technology. And we knew we could never balance it. There's Harry.
Hello.
Harry!
Hey.
Hi, Harry.
Hey, Harry.
Nice to see you. You've got a great smile, you guys. I'll tell you. And some of them are just, I couldn't describe them. They're so wonderful. It's because it comes from inside of you.
Exactly.
And it makes me feel so good. Golly, you're not a young man anymore, boss.
You shouldn't even say that, Harry.
Oh my!
I would say Peter is the youngest of all.
Yeah.
The younger.
I gotta agree with you.
He's just disguised.
Yeah.
I think I'm the oldest of you guys.
Maybe not.
Well,
We're talking about old souls.
Well, if you talk about the souls, we're old. We're all ancient.
Yeah, for sure. Quantum is ancient, right?
And we carried enough in this particular lifetime of the goodness of our hearts to be in Peter's group. And that's a blessing for us, but it's also recognition from me, from my viewpoint, of the work that you put on to be who you are now. And the boss is shaking his head down.
Yes.
No. Just listening to your background noise, Harry.
It's nice to see everybody smiling, though. It's such a delight. You know?
Thank you, Harry.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
It makes me feel good to say good things, you know.
And
Nice.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
Hi,
Hi, Esther.
Esther.
yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yes, Peter was saying something about it in the last call, that it took a great amount of strength to still be here, having done so much already, right, Peter?
Right. But for all of it,
Yes.
It would have been very easy to give up. Commit suicide. That's giving up. But we didn't.
Nope.
And
Yay.
We've all gone through lots, and we're still here. so simple. And each one of it, once in a while, we serve as the trick, or we just plain help each other. And it sure makes it easier. I mean, I still wouldn't have 10 of us existed that descended. If Diane Lynn hadn't said, well, who was it? And then I said to myself, well, I can't give everybody who it was. And Diane Martinez sends me a note saying, well, we're all 10 up named Peter. And
I didn't see that.
what's the harm of telling the 10 people that they're the people? And my answer to myself was, there's no harm.
It made it so much more fun to see the names of people on the page. It makes us feel good, you know.
Yeah. And
Wendy.
They're all there. The fact that Ann Hart is Joan of Arc, Wendy is Joan of Arc too. And that information came out before the question, which rarely.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So, Peter, so Anne Hart was Mary Magdalene and Joan of Arc too, both of them?
Mary Magdalene is Puff Flora.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of things were inaccurate from before.
Exactly.
Peter is making it more accurate.
Oh, okay.
Simply because with the group coming back and a big enough group at quantum threshold, I'm able to use that energy and to make it more. So it's more accurate because of all of you.
Yeah, 100% truth.
So it's really fun. I mean, and it's just, we have all the laws out now.
We have all the what, Peter?
All the laws. 600, for example, quantum of the 1,000 quantum truths is plenty. Because the last 100, the group I just put out, everybody, that's basically enough itself.
Yeah.
So it's 100 of 1,000. But we have 600 of that. And the Fibonacci number is 1.8. So if you take the point where you have the longer equal to the smaller part, it divides at 61.8%. It's a number that never ends. It's one of those endless numbers. But you've done it at 61.8%. And that's what we're working with now. And they're all accurate. They weren't all accurate.
I was looking at that number the other day, and it's also 88, the Lion's Gate, the 1618. Like if you can combine it and make it 88.
Interesting. And 8, if you take 8 and put it on its side, what do you get?
Infinity.
Exactly.
Everything. So, in our face.
It's a trick. Three of them.
And I mean, you look at Nuno. Nuno's came out of nowhere. He's one of us. Well, that's the kind of enthusiasm Christopher Columbus had to discover America.
Well, he really didn't discover America, though, did he?
No.
Yeah, it's the wrong word.
I didn't mean to correct you,
pointed that out.
It's about time we stopped calling him discovering.
For years, that word, I had a problem with that word. For years.
Yeah.
Because
Which word?
Discovering. Because of the discoveries. You know, Portugal is a discovering nation for centuries. And I was born in Angola, and supposedly Angola was discovered by Portugal, but that's obviously not true. Angola in Africa was already there, so it wasn't discovered. They just found it.
That's right.
Right.
It's a finding, not a discovery, I think.
Yes. Refound.
Yeah. They stumbled upon it. Yes. And supposedly Christopher Columbus stumbled upon America.
He did.
He thought it was India.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was India. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
We work together. We find out that even we had things that were not correct, but together they become correct because we're learning how to work with each other. We're learning how to be one and yet be separate. And there's nobody taking ownership. We're all doing it together as one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is so important.
One of us knows that we're as good, not better, not less. We're as good as each other. We're balanced, right? How could you have balance if you have better and worse? We don't have better and worse. We have no new balance. Model. Really, we have 1, 2, 4. And then in the process, we have 5 and 6. We have strength that we can draw on. It took a long time to develop. And we have a heart that is not only a heart that pumps blood, but it also is direct access to our magnetism. So we can go to our magnetism either using our heart or our mind. And together they're stereo and they make us more sensitive. They make it 6 rather than 7. Because now we can get to our magnificence however we do it. And we can also do it through our heart.
Or quantum, sorry Peter, that's what you said before? Quantum or heart, okay.
So it's louder and faster. What it was.
So what does it mean to in the nostrils thing? Right nostril magnificence, left nostril. Sometimes I sneeze when I'm working with magnificence. I sneeze.
Right.
It happens.
Right.
So I know there's something.
Cleansing.
Cleansing.
Yeah. It's clearing the way.
And the gaps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're getting found in Leah.
Yeah.
And anything that's happening on the left side of us is love. Anything that's happening on the right side of us is information. It's part of the formula. So
we can say there's a bias for singularity for more information and magnificent for love.
Well, there is
left and right. Oh yes, love bias.
That's we're getting rid of all the and we
all the what?
We have information that's hidden improperly about our formula, which gives us a body, gives us a heart, gives us nervous brain, mind, consciousness. We get all it because we added it. Not somebody else. We did. Because we're all one. Sure, there are those that came out early. Noreen came out early. Diane came out early. Bunny came out early. Cammie came out. But it had to come from someplace. It had to come from the same place. It is so simple. So if you begin to say it, we're 1, 2, 3, no new, right? And then we're just love found, which does being positive found. You can't back things if you make them negative. You can't balance things if you live backwards. Rather than live LFD, go backwards. Evil. It's all in front of our nose. And there's stuff that's stuck with us. And there's nobody that'll come through, and anybody knows will not do it. Anybody knows will do it, but it doesn't work. I mean, it's amazing. So, and then you find out that each one of us has some pretty amazing things, even though it's not one of the 7 or not one of the 10.
Yes.
We've done some other really amazing stuff. And we all have the ability to heal ourselves.
Yes.
And in one word, how do you heal yourself?
Practice.
Gap.
The practice lead you to
Balance.
What did you say, Peter?
balance. What practice leads to balance. So you practice. You never give up. You work with the opportunity. You hang in there, and all of a sudden you've had enough practice where whatever you're working on is balance.
Yes.
And then we know about right and left. Right is a heart, is love, and then the left, I should have said left.
Mm-hmm.
And then the right is all about your formula.
Yeah.
We all have a body. So, and now we know the right stuff happens to us on the right side is formula driven. It's all about your formula. It's all about the toxins you still have. It's all about the pharmaceutical industry and the way they make their billions. It's all wrong. all wrong. Everything created by the pharmaceutical industry was created on the right side. And there a lot of it is just plain wrong. But it's been around so long, it has enough strength to be right. But it's not right. That's why we have the quantum strength. We can be stronger than anything manifest. Anything. But you have to learn how to accept quantum strength. And remember, it's 9,000 super cycles to create quantum strength. And it's mostly people killing each other. That's where it comes from. And you do that long enough, and you get pieces. And then you aggregate the pieces and make the pieces available to the quantum side of things. And bam, you have quantum strength. And we didn't have quantum strength until June 1st, 2016. And then it had to be tested for 1,000 days. And then 0 8. Then you confirm your testing by spending another year. And then you start use it. And we started to use it on June 17th last year.
Yes.
And what choice did we make June 17th of last year?
Non-destructive reset.
Yeah. What did we do before that?
I'm sorry?
Destructive resets.
Destructive, yeah.
Destructive reset. And that was Atlantis. And we had too much technology and not enough love. We started over. And when did we start? Do our next destructive reset? Working back 50,000 years ago in Lemuria. Yeah. And there was Julie. So we've been all over this thing, all of us. And we really have won.
Yes.
We have everything now that we've put together, and we started 9,500 super cycles ago. And each cycle is 34 trillion zeros. So if you multiply, we've been at it for 500,000 trillion zeros. And we have almost 90% to go. And after that, because it's endless, we'll never stop.
So we really are all very young.
Yeah. We're basically 10%
toddlers.
There. So we've endured 10%, 11, and we have 89% to go. And then all really takes place is the asymptote gets closer. It never ends. It never touches. So we are really endless in the beginning, except we're dull and couldn't recognize anything that was going on. We knew it was happening, didn't mean anything. And that was 10, 11%. And now 89% that never stopped. We have trillions here.
Yes. endless party time ahead.
Yeah. But what do we do? We endured all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But point is, we're here.
Yeah.
Peter, I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
When the flood happened during Noah's time, was that another reset?
No, that was basically.
That was what?
That was basically. Let's part. That was done by Metatron, basically. Metatron was not going all the way back to the Cro-Magnon man. Two kind of events. That's how we start over. You're always doing two. You have to have two. I mean, if you simplify, right? What are we? There's a part of us that are magnificent and harsh, and a part of us big experiences. Mm-hmm. So we're putting them together, but we don't know, and we never will. What quantum singularity knows, we don't. I'm very happy having a two. Because we all have twos, like every single one of us. Yes. Quantum singularity doesn't. But we do. And why do we? Because we have the form that we live in. Right? That's simple.
So the form and us are the two.
When we got ready for this, after we had quantum strength, we said, okay, we're going to go to a formula and a voice. Mm-hmm. And what does quantum singularity do? Makes rainbows. For example, drove Alex nuts at one time. All forward rainbows.
And blue dots everywhere.
And blue dots. Yep.
Blue dots.
Saw the blue dots move.
Yes.
Moved, yes.
Direction.
I got a movie of one.
Yeah.
Interesting. And there's that one you showed us from your living room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to get one the other day and I couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden I vacuumed the floor and then I went back and I took a movie and I found it. And it was buzzing around.
Yes.
So in a way we're a bunch of people following around rainbows and blue dots.
Having a lot of fun.
That's more fun than following the news.
Oh, gosh.
And Peter, we are at 55 minutes.
No.
That's quick.
Time flies.
So, does anybody have any other questions?
I could ask you something, Peter, please.
Yes.
About photon. Is photon is a truth?
It truly exists.
Okay.
And we found along the way that we can take a photon and split it and keep it in dimension and use it. And it's very fast.
Yes.
But when you use it, and do things very fast, you also die. And you,
Ouch.
and you get disease. And that part isn't fun.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be, no.
You look at that uses real energy, and they live to be hundreds of thousands of years old, and they never age. Well, what did we do? What did I said, wow, it would really be neat to use both kinds of energy.
Yeah.
And not have the bad things of photonic energy. Have all the good things using real energy. And we developed the capability to have both. Yeah. Takes half a day. And there are 86,400 seconds in a day. If we take one of them and use not quite half of one, we use 0.45, and we switch back and forth. And basically, we've turned that over to ourselves. That's one of the things we've done. It's tested and it works. And so none of you have to give up. You can say it doesn't work, it's belief. That's fine. But it isn't truth any longer. It was truth. But now develop the protocol we have developed, the capability to daily go back and forth. It's been tested and released.
Yes.
The last, you're welcome. Quantum Truth was tested and released at Harry's for 46.
Quantum love.
Quantum love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how could you have quantum love if you don't have quantum strength yet? Fully tested. We didn't. We didn't even have it until June 1st, 2016. And it had to be tested. And then, and then all that would go to quantum love, which had released at Harry's. There were 46 of them.
Right.
That's where many of us met for the first time in this life.
Good.
So this is kind of the way things work. Everything is so well conceived and so well, and then it's tested again, and then it's released. And
Thank you, Peter.
It's tested. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Peter.
so
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Peter,
Peter.
Peter, I just wanted to say something because Peter is at Christina, his daughter's house. So he's basically taken two separate times to be with us on these calls instead of being with his family. So I just want to say, please, Peter, thank you, first of all. And then please thank Nell and Christina and your family for sharing your time. It's very, very important.
Definitely so.
Yes.
Definitely
Thank
so.
you, Peter.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Christine.
Definitely.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, everybody. Thank you,
Thank you.
Peter.
Thank you.
Watch all your things.
So the next call will be
Next Saturday,
The 8th.
okay.
same time.
All Saturdays. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this
In
Thank you.
August. Thank you.
We're doing it so we know. It's on the 1st, 8th, Saturday 7th. So the 1st and the 8th and the 15th
22nd.
27th and 29th. Same every time.
What time?
Same time.
Same channel.
Yeah.
Same time as today.
Mountain time.
The no time zone.
1 o'clock Mountain.
Right. Our meeting is always
3 o'clock your time, Harry.
1
No,
o'clock.
Thank
no
you, love.
Wednesdays anymore?
That was
No,
July.
It's not on Wednesdays anymore?
Nope.
No,
It's on
July.
So every month is
Saturday.
a different day of the week.
Okay.
It makes it more
It
exciting.
depends on when the
By
first of
the
the month.
way,
Yes,
tomorrow
Esther.
is halfway. Summer's halfway done tomorrow.
Yay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so
And then-
happy.
How fast the year is going by.
Coincident
Oh, no
full
kidding.
moon next day. So this is a very powerful 30-day period. Our meeting today, tomorrow is we're exactly halfway through the summer. It's always August 2nd. And then
We used to call it Sabbath.
it'd be full moon.
Yeah.
Around.
Third, yeah, the first full moon. And since the National Hurricane Center has nothing else to do,
Yeah, we're supposed to get a hurricane here where I live
no.
by tonight.
I mean, if you go and look at the satellite wind speeds, they're around 45 miles an hour. That's not a hurricane.
Not
That's
a hurricane.
Yeah,
But they have to add a number in there, so they know they can skip.
It's
So-
coming up the East Coast.
Right.
Yeah. But it's 45-mile-an-hour wind, so it's a storm, not a hurricane.
It's a made for Hollywood hurricane.
Yeah.
It's enough to be irritating.
Actually, Scotty, it's made for East Coast. They can scare the whole coastal area.
So have
All right,
a
y'all.
fun week and we'll talk Saturday.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. See you
Bye.
soon. Have a wonderful week. Yes.
Missed you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Ciao, Yuri.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, everybody. Mwah. Okie dokie. Mwah.
Okie dokie, I like that word.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.